2025 Shriners Children's Hospital Clearwater Invitational presented by Evo Shield. Gorgeous day in Clearwater. How about two former national champions taking center stage? 4th-ranked UCLA coming in undefeated to take on the 12th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide from the Eddie C. Moore complex. And when you think about the history of this lineup to set the table,
when you want to get all that run production from the middle of your order, you need somebody to be able to get on base.
And Clemens lifts this one into left field. The freshman, Andre Vandegrift, is there to collect out number 1.
Got a little bit jammed up on that mention. They are spraying the ball with authority all over the field.
The 3-1 lifted into the outfield. Kristen White is there, and 2 away as we take a look at
UCLA finding their way back into the Women's College World Series, making those adjustments, something that they can pour into some of these young players.
And Woolery, who swings at that one, it's going to be near the UCLA dugout, and the play made by Alexis Papillo to retire. Game record at Alabama, so coming in as one of those players that they'd love to see get on base. She swings on this one, tailing, and in to the outfield, over the wall in center field. Vandegrift leads it off here in the bottom of the first for Bama with a big swing and home run.
First pitch of this ball game, practicing her swing, practicing trying to get on top of that rise ball that she knew she was going to see. This pitch hanging out right about thigh high. She gets her barrel underneath it. That's where she's able to get that backspin. That's how she's able to get that carry, and she's able to jog
their way to Oklahoma City for their 3rd Women's College World Series appearance in 4 years. Down the first base line, that is fair. Jordan Woolery easily tags Pruitt, and 1 away.
Right in there for strike number 2.
And through that right side, and the 3-4 hole into the outfield, and Papillo, nice piece of hitting.
And how much they thrive off of Marley Giles.
We talked about the changeup, that off speed, well out in front of that one. She gets Giles to strike out.
One way to neutralize an offense, especially when they start to gain some.
Great success at Louisiana. Looks for that to translate with her new ball club as she flies out to left field, but not before Andre Vandegrift does this.
The freshman continues to be the
risky. We saw a number of flyouts to start the game.
Clearly they're trying to get those pitches more up in the zone. We saw 3 straight flyouts in the first inning.
Nice grab there from Brisky, the 1-3 put out as Schmidt, who comes in. Already an immediate impact and contributor in the early part of this season. The 2-2, and Brisky gets her swing, and she sits down. Go throughout her career at UCLA. She's battled and ready for a big year as Brisky with back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. So 6 straight retired for softball fans
of all different
in
teams.
the stands of all teams. That's right. You gotta represent your crew as Tinsley gets the strikeout. Her 2nd of the game as we send it down to Holly. 1-2 to Callie Hevelin, and Hevelin gets a hold of that one, and it's bye-bye. 2nd home run of the day, or the game here for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Another solo shot, and it puts them up 2-0.
Starting to get the feeling that these Alabama batters were just tired of us talking about just the speed in their lineup. They wanted to show off some of the power. Look at the location of this rise ball, too. It's not a bad pitch. It is moving up and inside to Callie Hevelin, but she's able to turn on that pitch, get barreled just slightly underneath that rise, and the carry that we were talking about earlier on Vandegrift's home run, getting the backspin, and that ball is able to carry all.
Sophomore who's had herself good start to the tournament as of yesterday. A couple of singles. And lifts this one in center field. And 2 away. So White readies, so does Tinsley. The chopper, and backhand couldn't be handled by Currow at 2nd base, and so the speedy Kristen White is aboard with 2 outs.
Since this year.
White taken off. And the stolen base for White now moving in. Vandegrift into center field once more. Can she do it off the wall this time? Stays in the park. But another RBI, 2 today for the freshman Audrey Vandegrift.
The barrel control that Audrey Vandegrift has been able to show through the first 2 weekends of her young career has really stood out to me, whether it's fouling off some pitches on the outer half of the plate, or this time she's able to get barrel around on a pitch that's diving up and away from her barrel and hit it just about a foot shy of the second home run she would have hit
earlier, and so she really helped them along that run for another championship. High chopper, well handled by Alina Garcia from shortstop. She's safe though, and the tag at home, and Vandegrift is out. So solid defense backing up Terry, and it started with the
reason that UCLA has been behind in the game. The last time was when they were playing Oklahoma State. They went down 2-0 in the top of the first. Well, they came back and scored 3 in the bottom of the first inning.
And Garcia strikes out, so 3 straight now, full catching duties in this one. Right back to Brisky. She didn't even have to move. And a 1-3 put out. Played really big thus far in her time, and gets the 2-out base hit on the 1-2 count to keep the inning alive.
When we were talking to Coach Inoue Perez before the start.
Top of the order with Jessica Clements. She flied out to left her first time up, puts this one on the ground over to short, and the play is made, so 1 left on. But that 2-out single stalled as Jocelyn Brisky cruising.
This team as well.
The chopper over to Curro from Papillo, and she's retired. Let's go down to Holland.
Well,
well played, a time routine ground ball for Alina Garcia. And 2 away, coming up at 6 Eastern on ESPN today, Steve Elstead. And Elstead, first pitch swinging up the middle, and the base hit with 2 outs.
Like the aggressive swing from Brooke Elstead there, and that at bat just going right after the very first pitch.
Here's the 1-2. And called, third strike. Riley caught looking. Think about Alabama, kind of the question marks coming in is, would they kind of wake up at the plate? They've done so in an impressive way as Savvy Pola lines out to left.
And I think the question marks, just in general, was what was sticking out.
Griff, who started things off with a home run of her own, her first of her career, as that one drops into center field, and the base hit for Jordan Woolery. So already 3 home runs on the season, puts this one on the ground, stopped by Hevelin, and the double play is executed by the Crimson Tide. 4-6-3 to get out of the inning.
Alabama putting everything together in this ball game against UCLA. The hitting, the pitching, and now the defense. The 4-6-3 double play turn to end the inning.
Morris follow, the juniors really come in and lead, and when the seniors get to be the big sisters of the bunch, as got a piece of that one, but held on to it by Maggie Daniel. I mean, you've got Patrick Murphy, who is the winningest coach in program history. He has been the guy, 27, 28 years there in Tuscaloosa. As Terry gets the strikeout. Well, 3 strikeouts in a row now.
That movement, 3rd strikeout for Terry.
And the bunt put down by White, but she is caught. The throw down to first will get the speedy White, and
in the circle yourself, going through these ups and downs that they are. I'll lay out 1 second.
As that one mishandled by the shortstop, Salem Hawkins, so Kanaya Bragg leads it off here.
Looking on, you know, they're pulling for their alma maters, that's for sure.
This one put in the air, popped up in the infield by Seneca Curro, and one away. Lauren Hatch is over at first base, the pinch runner for Kanaya.
That she's used to having out there in the circle, but she has flipped gears very quickly in this ball game.
The 0-2 offering. And Garcia, hesitant swing, strikes and sits down. The strikeout.
A drop ball there, swinging underneath that pitch.
Deep in the hole from her knees, the throw, and Salem Hawkins can't make it, but the tag over at third is in time. So heads up defense by Alabama to get out of the inning and clicking on all.
For every single athlete too, everybody excels in their own way, but it's learning how to deal with failure is the first thing that stands out to me. Big strikeout there for Caitlin Terry, just working that pitch outside to get Vandegrift to fall to try to figure it out before you get into the season.
Here's Larissa Pruitt, the chopper over to first, and 2 away. And into the outfield, and underneath it is Jessica Clements. And 3 up, 3 down. UCLA has got tied. Trying to get this win here. Top 6. And the walk to lead it off to Riley Slip. Just got a piece of that one. And not able to apply the tag. Papillo sees Clements go to first, and Sean, no outs, and Savvy Pola at the plate, the big senior, first pitch swinging, tough hop for Hevelin to handle, and UCLA is on the board. Scoreboard for the Bruins.
Pola just capitalizing on some of the momentum that the Bruins are gaining here in the 6th inning. Goes right after the first pitch that she sees, and Callie Hevelin just gets caught in between on that mid-hop. Really nice read by Jessica Clements.
Brisky, understand the last time that Jordan Willery was up, she grounded into a double play, puts this one on the ground, but Hawkins not able to get to it. Another run comes across, and the throw back to second, they say not in time, and able to slide underneath there with Savvy Pola. And breathing a sigh of relief for the Bruins fans after that.
UCLA is able to get the second run across in this ball game. First pitch swinging again. Jordan Woolery goes right after it, and Savannah Pola rounds really hard around second base, thinking that ball is going to scoot even further away from Hawkins at shortstop. Watching that in real time, I thought they had her over at second base. Ooh, it looks like she just snuck that right hand in there. Very close play at second.
This one jammed, and no communication there between the outfielders, but it's the pinch runner, Pineda, who is retired at second base. Runners at the corners now for the Bruins with 1 out. Let's see if Brisky can shut the door as that one sharply hit to third. Look back to the base, and Bragg is retired, so 2 away. Nice glove work from Brooke Elstead to make the play.
Really nice play by
in this game. Starting to figure things out here in the 6th frame. Full count. And good at bat there from Seneca Curro to load the bases now. 33 in the frame, and walks home the tying run. And it's even at 3 now.
Front.
Mojica sends this one into center field and over Kristen Whitehead. 1 run in. Another comes across. Mojica, her first hit of the tournament, or rather invitational, and this lifts UCLA on top. A bases clearing hit from Mojica.
This is an off-speed pitch too, a full count off-speed, 2 away, bases loaded. and she recognizes that pitch, and she gets the extension, drives it just out of the reach of Kristen White out in center field to score 3 runs for the UCLA Bruins. What a moment. And they have not been chasing after it.
That one smacked into right. And Lisa Fernandez saying halt to Mojica at third base. Runners at the corners once more.
It's going, and then you have an error and then another walk, and all of a sudden now UCLA's up by 3.
Runner caught. And is she able to get back in time? No, she is out. So that ends the inning. In whatever way was necessary for Alabama. They
started Taylor Tinsley, brought in Caitlin Terry.
And this one high, Currow underneath it, and that's shallow right, and a 1 down. Well, Pickleball Slam is tomorrow after
success in this ball game, because Alabama was all over the rise balls from Taylor Tinsley.
Lined out to Jordan Woolery at first, and 2 down.
And because she's changing speed so well, is something that a lot of teams across the country are hoping to utilize this year.
And this one softly into shallow right by Caitlin Riley. And the 2-out single here in the bottom of the 6th. Can that? So she's already sent one out. And this one, she keeps it on the infield, and Garcia to Woolery. And the inning is complete. So UCLA hanging tight to the lead after 6 as we move. She was at Cal Poly, and this one into the outfield, and she's retired.
Right here, and her bread and butter is that drop ball you just saw. The depth on that pitch, Pola swinging right over the top of it.
And gets her swinging. So the and the walk. So 2-out base on balls to Jordan Woolery. And that was one of the things that we saw.
You need a strike. Go back to your strength.
Megan Grant, who re-enters the ball game. And the single now, so 2 on, 2 out for UCLA here in the top of 7.
She let that drop ball travel.
And Riley, a 1-2 count, the pitch. And the grounder handled well by Elstad, makes the tag to Woolery, and that retires it. And Audrey Vandergreen
in the sophomore Johnson to see if she can get something going for the Crimson Tide.
And puts it on the ground. Garcia short handles it. And 1 down.
Garcia very smooth.
The infield in. And that one through the glove of Bragg, but a great play by the freshman in time to get White. And Vandegrift puts this one on the ground, and that does it. The comeback from UCLA to remain undefeated on the season. A 6-3 victory over the Alabama Crimson Tide. Their first in this event against, or rather their third in this event over the Crimson Tide.
It took the Bruins offense just a little bit to get going, a little bit to figure out what's going to be their best game plan in this ball game against Jocelyn Brisky, and it all came together for them in that 6th inning, and it started off by the walk by the freshman that's in the 9th spot today. So many freshmen that have contributed in a variety of different ways so far this season for UCLA.
Well, they continue to impress, and a 9-0 start for the Bruins.